Hello. So we have Moon in Gemini for the next couple days. We have Venus and Mars in Aquarius. As always, I don't have any preferences when it comes to energies. It's just nice when energies move forward into the next chapter. But I think I'm particularly appreciating Venus now being in Aquarius, being that we've had Venus in Capricorn since mid-December, which is wild. Mid-December. I mean, that's 2.5 months. That's so different, so unlikely for a transit, because usually it's about 2 weeks. So to have it for, I mean, what is that, 10 weeks, something like that? I feel like it was even longer. Maybe it was like 11 weeks. Or even 12? I don't know. It's like forever. Anyways, it's nice that Venus has moved on into Aquarius. So what does this all mean? Venus in Aquarius as well as Mars in Aquarius adds a feeling of possibility, a feeling of moving forward in our lives, of ideas, of passion when it comes to expressing ourselves as individuals, and also doing so in a way that brings out our best contribution to humanity. It's a strong sense of how do I evolve and how do I help humanity to evolve too. So I think, of course, that's the best possible, certainly one of the best. There's other great things about it too, as per connecting with loved ones, friendships coming to the foreground and whatnot. But I think we should focus on a bit of a challenge here too, which is, and I've been, kind of observing this in my personal life. We want to make sure that we are not, oh, sorry, I forgot to do this part of it. It's kind of hard for me to see, but basically here's Venus and Mars in Aquarius right there. So we want to be careful of the tendency to rebel with this energy. I mean, sometimes rebelling is good, it's important, especially when a foreign nation has invaded your nation, whatever the circumstances of it might be. But most of the time with this kind of energy, we don't want to, we don't want to be a rebel without a cause. I'm not saying anything negative about that movie. I haven't even seen that movie, but it's funny. James Dean, of course, is an Aquarius. So rebelling is very much Aquarius energy. But having a lot of Aquarius energy myself, having Sun in the house of Aquarius, Mercury in the house of Aquarius, Saturn in Aquarius, we want to make sure that we're not giving into the unconscious part of Aquarius, which is to rebel for no reason, just to be contrary, just to get into intellectual arguments for no real purpose. Venus and Mars being conjunct in any energy means a lot of passion. We want to be channeling this passion in productive ways. We want to be getting stuff done. We want to be learning things. We want to be connecting with like-minded people. We want to be having fun. We want to be laughing with friends. We want to be evolving. We want to be very productive with our thoughts and our ideas, because that's what Aquarius is all about. Aquarius is air, energy, thoughts, ideas, the abstract, people-oriented, potential, possibilities. And Aquarius is ruled by Saturn as well as Uranus. So Saturn is structure, and Uranus is about moving forward, sometimes by leaps and bounds. So I think that's the most important thing, is just to make sure that we're not rebelling and making somebody out to be a horribly oppressive person and projecting things from the unconscious. I am not referring to international relations right now. I'm talking about our personal lives, because that is a different situation. But I think in our personal lives, it's really important to not be projecting of like, this person is keeping me down and is making me mad, because that is a waste. That is a waste of our energy. Even in a case where there is valid umbrage with somebody, we want to make sure that we are trying to find a way to communicate with them and to find a vaster place of meeting, creating a bridge between both individuals, instead of trying to cut off from them or to just attack with words like lightning just coming out of nowhere. We want to be very careful of this. I think a key way to know, I mean, you can know emotionally, of course, too. It's a very natural sense of just like, how do I feel right now when I feel like I'm trying to argue with somebody. But a key thing, too, is if you feel like, or if you just start saying stuff and it's not really what you are thinking deep down, or if you feel like it's not being productive, if you feel it's just lightning strikes, because Aquarius is very much that lightning kind of energy, it's probably a good idea to stop talking and let's take a moment and go inwards and try and figure out what's going on. So some general stuff to keep in mind for the next couple of weeks, really for the next 6 weeks with Mars. for the next couple days. This is especially important to keep in mind the next couple days. But the next couple days, Moon is in Gemini. I think along with all of this Aquarius energy, there's a lot of air in the air. There's a lot of air in the air. There's a lot of air energy that's just very readily available, which means ideas are able to flow, communication is able to flow, being able to cooperate and collaborate with other people is able to flow. It's a much more free time than we've experienced for quite a while. And I'm just meaning in general, let alone for the next couple of days. Certainly for the next couple of days, supercharged because Moon's in Gemini. So communication's on a whole other level here. But this is going on for the next several weeks, so there's something to enjoy. That being said, for the next couple of days, especially, we want to balance the air and the water. We have a lot of air, we have a lot of water. Sun and Jupiter and Neptune are all in Pisces. This is such a beautiful gift. It's like we talked about before, you know. This is such a rare thing to have all of these astronomical bodies be in the same region of space known as Pisces. It's such a spiritual experience. It's just such a healing experience. And I think that's something that's really helpful and really good to keep in mind, ironically, in relation to our minds, because all this Aquarius and even over the next couple of days, the Gemini moon, it can get us really caught up in the logical and ideas and stuff, but let's never lose sight of our emotions. Let's use our minds to defeat our minds to be able to connect with our hearts. It's like that dream I had. I feel like it was even more of a dream. It was like a direct line to God. It was amazing. Let's keep that faith, that compassion, that empathy. Let's heal. Let's be there for others. It's so easy. It's so easy. It's all too easy to get caught up in the lower half. Every energy has its unconscious side, and it's so easy because there's so much Aquarius energy, especially with Saturn there, so we're feeling a lot of pressure in some way to give into the shadow and to think we know it all and this person is wrong and yeah. Stop that. Focus on the emotions, connect with the empathy, even if you are coming from a place of this, you know, I know this is right, this is wrong, etc. This person is perhaps being difficult in this way, etc. Use your empathy, use your spirituality, use your compassion. See that they are suffering like everybody is, just as the Buddha had observed, and that we all deserve compassion and empathy. And that is how we will be able to move forward, is connecting through the heart with other people and not trying to force somebody else to think a certain way or to make war with the mind and with words with other people. Come from the heart. Allow the empathy to flow. And I think lastly, again, it's such a great time to meditate. It's such a great time to really make sure you're getting enough sleep, to pay attention to your dreams in particular with all this Pisces energy. And I think that's pretty much it for today. As always, I'm doing readings, information in the description to book a reading with me. I do all kinds of readings. I got recorded audio, recorded video, got Skype. I always recommend for first time readings a Skype or a phone reading if you live in the States. But I'm happy to do any kind of reading. A recorded audio and recorded video is just as good. It's just Skype readings or phone readings are a lot easier because there's a back and forth. I also offer a free 15-minute reading for a Yelp review, so feel free to contact me for that, and then we can do the reading, and then you can do the review after. And I have the first half of my book available. 50,000 words are available. So the information is in the description to be able to get information to be able to buy that. And then of course I'll send the last 50,000 words, which I'm editing right now, to you once it's ready. It should be ready within the next 2 months. That's certainly my goal. It shouldn't be much longer than that if it is longer, but it's getting there. Finishing it finally. So, and that book is all about the spiritual and psychological and even sociological things I've learned from being a professional astrologer for the past 10 years. So, I highly recommend checking that out. It's definitely worth it. It's only $10 too. So worth it. So worth it. Now and for the last half that you'll get too. That's 100,000 words. $10. It's like $1 for 10,000 words. It's such a good deal. Anyways, infinite love to you, my friend. Namaste. Peace.